Okay. Everyday life still do the same like everybody. Offer, offer. Showing, showing. 好，对，你说要抢 offer， 不好意思，还没讲完。你说他是贷款，结果怎么样？
还没有结果呢，星期天才能去。
哦 ，OK。
所以不要让我看看那个房子到底值多少钱，因为我这buyer想高价抢，但是好像抢到的可能性并不大。
他是价钱放太低了吗？
他是故意的，我觉得，他放低了价格，然后说星期天才开始卖。
了解。
在是39万9。3230万。Falling leaf。
你戴牙套，没关系，你已经很美了。对，我前天也再去洗牙，4个月洗一次牙。
为什么要这么勤？
因为那个牙医师说怕你的那个牙周病什么的，所以你洗勤一点。就我咖啡茶喝的多。你说323多少 ？Calling me 是吧？好。OK， 323。哪个 city？ 哦 ，Rosemead，OK。是。Rosemead 的 listing 很少的。323 Rosemead 啊，323多少？3230啊 ，OK， 4个号码 ，OK， 因为我说323没找到 ，OK， 找到了，哎 ，Falling Leaf 呀，这个是在10号南边一个 Attach 1924年的房子，产权上面是秀680 square feet， 反正 somewhere 哪里有可能有出入。他说800 square feet， 产权是680。那 original 产权是秀，对，所以是一房以前一房一，所以这个来讲，是不是你看你要不要去 City 打电话问一下，或是去看看一下为什么？对，这个就是 issue 在这里，所以最好是这个要去查一下，对 City 打电话一下。Building and Planning Department Building， 要不然你找 Building and Safety， 因为这是属于 Building 跟 Safety 的 issue 嘛。因为这种1924年的房子，说真的 ，really don't know。像我有当初帮客人买到，也是在 East Los Angeles 那里来讲的话，title 是3房2浴，怎么3房变2房不，title 是3房1浴变成2房1浴，我 just figure out，OK， 哪里少了一房？不是多了一房，哪里少了一房？I guess so。可是我们来讲，看那个 plan 都 very original。我说，难道洗衣房是以前一个房间 ？That's pretty small。如果说一个洗衣房是一个房间的话，因为你说1920几年有一个 laundry room， 就很奇怪啦。对啊，所以我唯一，因为我看那个 design， 就像你这个看到的 design， 这个就没有 remodel 的那个，就是你说 layout 什么都还是 the same， 就没有说真的说改过那样子。所以我就觉得，OK。
他这个房主还花了1万多块钱装修。
对啊。
那 lease agent 说不用装，但是房主坚持要装。
装修好，装修才能卖得上好价钱呢。这个屋主对啊，是 agent 错啊。哪个房子不想装修卖好价钱？我请问你。
但是那个
你不装修就被人家砍而已。对啊，就被人家砍而已。
但是他一定要装。
有些 agent 就建议他不要装，就让他砍了。 然后那个把那个装修的钱对不对，让人家那个。
其实这块地哈，你说真正这块地值不值钱 ？Yes or no？ 我说两件事情，为什么哈？它这块地来讲，你知道真的地要值钱是要前面要够宽 ，frontage 要宽，这个 frontage 窄。
对，它这个就是窄长的那种。
窄长的地不好做，因为前面你知道前面只有40 feet， 很窄，40尺。What are you expecting 40尺？我们这里就两个，差不多最多，我看这里来讲的话，大概差不多看一个车库四个车库的宽度而已嘛，就这么宽，四个车库的宽度真的不宽。
它这个房子小，好像还显示不出来那么。
对，那你再扣掉一个 driveway，所以真正的房子的 frontage 只剩下30 feet 了，所以你如果说照这个来讲，说真的，你知道这个房子就是像邻居很难盖，是为什么我这样说哈？你说这块土地值钱 ？Yes or no？ 你注意看，它这里附近盖的房子都是盖到了 fence， 可是
就两边都盖到 fence。
对，现在的 building code 可以盖到 fence 吗 ？That's the problem。以前可以啊，现在不行啊。现在不是要 setback， 这边6尺，那边6尺，哇，你这边6尺，那边6尺，我还剩多少？再加个 driveway 没了。
所以它那个宽度不行。
所以为什么哈？华人这个观念有时候要改，有土私有财。我说你知道有土私有财是没错。The issue is 这个现在的盖法跟以前的盖法就不一样。现在的 building code 跟以前的 building code 不一样。那我请问你，当然 City 知道现在 building code 啊。我这边扣个6尺，那边再扣个6尺，我 front 剩多少？66就12，40扣掉是28。现在的这个 house front 还有30，你剩28怎么盖啊？好，就算说你今天另外一个6尺不算，我们就是把 driveway 放旁边，那你也是顶多你省掉个6尺，你还是只有34啊，34再扣掉 driveway 至少10 feet 嘛，对不对？因为要让车子进得去啊。OK， 那
所以说他这些房子其实也没法说怎么翻新盖。
所以你为什么隔壁的都是往后盖？你要怎么翻新重盖？所以大家都在做白日梦。
想象的。
嗯哼。
我看他旁边的那栋房子，就基本上是，就是整个房子长长的那种全盖上了。
对。就是这种来讲的话，这个才讨厌。
其实那块地就没有，就是好像方向反了的感觉。
对啊。如果今天来讲，你看它深度有139 ，so what？
那它后边好像还有一个那个
floor channel，floor channel 是 OK 啦，见仁见智啦，有些人 OK， 有些人不 OK 啦。对啊。非常窄。所以你说今天这个大家要抢，可以抢啊。问题是你今天你的个人是不是有意愿要抢到大概差不多40万，而且这个 permit 还要那个，你自己要去看。有可能成交价可能会在 falling 在45万上下左右。可是你要就想说，可是你这个来讲 ，City 要先确定说，你这个 one bedroom 现在变 two bedroom 怎么解决？然后你跟你的 buyer 讲说，你如果想打掉重盖 ，don't even think about it， 你就千万别买这个土地。
他现在是这样，他倒不是，他现在就是属于什么呢？他们在这儿等于漂泊了3年。
哦，想找个落脚的地方。
对， okay, 然后而且他妈妈，他和他妈妈2个人。他妈妈的那个有一个小店儿，离这儿刚好可以走着上下，他就不用买车了。所以他是特别想要这个地方。
好，那就帮他拿下来。
我觉得他是属于他要住的， 别人装修了，他觉得还蛮高兴。
嗯哼，对啊，这个来讲的话，这个就看。
现在是45万，他没问题。他昨天就让我给他下45万的 offer， 我说
差不多。
别下。
至少我就说至少大概我在想说大概差不多45万上下。我并不认为会低于45万，尤其这种是在 Rosemead 很便宜的单位，应该会比这个更高。
对，我觉得可能也会高。但是我昨天他本来说要下，昨天我就想先不要下，等着，反正他礼拜天要 open house 嘛。
对。
然后他礼拜天看过了以后，就接着下一个他能想象的。
你
知道他说，他这是甚至说50万他就想下，但我觉得那就不值了。
对啊。说的也是。
周边现在也就是46、7万的样子，他这个房子又非常小。
对啊。
所以50万就肯定不值了，但是。
所以这个来讲的话，就是比较要考虑啦，就在这里。
对，还有他说他这个房子就是好像说自己是那种意思，但那种 termite 他应该还是要做的吧？
没有啊，像刚刚我那个客人，刚刚那个卖方，我在电话上。卖主什么都不修啊 ，termite 不修啊，反正就 termite3000多块，我 inspection report 先给你 ，OK，give it to me。
这他都不干。
这一样都不干，因为屋主已经住30几年了，不干了，40年的房子，不干了。
一般像这么大房子 termite 要花多少钱？
这不是，这很便宜啊，这么小，就这么800尺而已。
对。
你能花几个钱？
这也无所谓了。
termite 公司都是赚那个修木头的钱。
对啊。
他们那个什么油啊，或者说什么的话，他们都不是很赚钱，他就是帮你修木头啊，那个。
可是这木头应该是 remodel 过，应该修不到什么。可是其实我跟你讲，你认为修木头赚钱，对不对？杀虫最赚钱。你说杀虫赚不赚钱？
杀虫没有费用。
喷一喷几百块，你要不要？便宜呀、修木头还要工，还要油漆呀、我跟你讲，喷药的那个才最赚钱。
你从工地上买一罐喷就完了。
我怎么当然不行了？然后他们的药跟 Home Depot 又有差别啦。当然是他们的真的是比较好。Home Depot 喷蚂蚁跟他们去出去，他如果全部喷一次200块，人家可以撑好久。Home Depot 你一瓶才多少钱嘛？那你 what do you expect？ 对不对？对啊，那问题是怎么喷 ？OK， 3个月可能就那个人家可以撑一年，大概3个月半年没了。那蚂蚁 for some reason 还是跑得进来，可是他们就可以因为他们知道哪里喷哪里，然后里面外面这样喷一圈，他们不只有喷外面哦，里面外面喷一圈，通常他们是这样，像我们平常来讲的话也会是这样的，外面喷一圈，如果可以的话，里面再喷。你当然是最好戴个口罩，蛮毒的，我每次自己都给自己呛到，没戴口罩。对啊。
但是像这种贷款，它这个 Cloesco 的 date 得45天吗？
全现金的不用啊，你知道贷款吗？
它是贷款啊。
哦，贷款的话，你最好先问一下，因为这有 permit 的 issue 哦。对，而且 square footage 还不一样，因为它从680到800，所以有120个是真的加出来的。哦。因为拍照上是写680，它现在是说800，它那个是加在哪里？看一下我就写错。10点多，现在10点40了，我还以为说等，因为我说我9点45到，对 ，OK，take your time。他说不，我说哇，怎么时间过这么快？我应该看自己吓一跳，对啊。抱歉，马上开始。对。
姑娘第一天戴假套，她在家弄折腾了。
哦，没关系，要爱美就不用担心啊。
对，吃一口东西刷一次牙，吃一口东西刷一次牙，摘牙套、脱牙套，费心思。
对啊。
干嘛呢？
爱美嘛，女人爱美的天性。来，今天来讲的话呢，我先跟你们讲一下哈，这个 CMA report。平常来讲的话呢，这个是因为我已经 create 过的，所以我就跟你讲 create， 我就说 create a new CMA report。你们知道怎么进去 CMA report？ Get into 的那个 link 啊，在那个的 first page。
在那个 MLS 有没有在底下？你有看到？
那个要用同一个密码，还是说要
？No， 不用，来，我退出来给你看，只是我现在我不知道能不能进得去，是因为我刚刚这边 sign in 这边一定会被sign out。你看在没有这个 solution 的地方 ，Cloud CMA 这个地方，好 ，external link 的地方，你一 click link 的时候呢，反正它这个因为我们这个都已经付过钱了 ，OK，so it's all the same。所以你看看哈 ，OK， 所以你今天来讲的话呢 ，you fill it in， 这个来讲进去的 Cloud CMA， 然后 first of all they jump into the home screen，OK， then you can do it like for CMA， then you click create a new CMA， okay， then you put in client's name。Seller's name, address, okay, whatever the property address. Usually I don't really have a photo before I put it on the top. She got no photo anyway. But you can skip that. Without a photo, it's okay. Then property type. On the property type, same thing. If it's residential, definitely we'll keep it a residential. You fill in the square footage. How many bedroom, how many bath. But if you like to getting more detail, you have year of build, lot size, lot dimension, tax, and garage. Usually, if you really want to put it in, you can put it on the year of the build. Maybe lot size and garage. That's about it. Okay? Then you can click either automatic, find a listing near the subject property, or you can have them generate. So usually if I cannot find anything, at least you gotta have to generate 10 listing, or only go back to, you can select whatever. Sometimes if I don't have any listing, I have to go back to 6 months or 1 year. Usually at least 6 months. But if you cannot find enough comparison, then we gotta have to do it all the way maybe back to 1 year. Then you can start fetch listing. Fetch listing, basically you'll jump to the next screen. But I'll go ahead using for what I have, kind of give you the scenario. I just, I'll go ahead and put an edit right here, because actually once you create a report, you can always edit. Just like, if this seller hasn't listed with you and say, okay, James, what's the latest report? Okay. So basically that's what you see. See that? I already filled it in. So you can see that. The particular house, I didn't really fill it in, on the bottom, but I think there's a good enough. If you want to do the automatic, find a listing near the subject property, okay? And I go all the way back to 9 months, whatever you desire, okay? And if you like to get more criteria, you can put it right here. Same thing, just like on the top. So you can get more criteria for the comparable. But if you limit, the issue is, if you limit too much, too many, then end up only a few listings, right? You set a too many limitation. Yeah. So try to leave it, more opening. But then if next one, if you jump on it, you can choose it. Like this one is a listing. Back then, I choose, that's, for the subject property, and those are the comparable. See, actually, you got a lot of expired listing. I didn't really put it on because it's not going to help. Definitely, it's not going to help. So you put it on the sold listing and pending, or maybe active. Okay, those are what you're looking at. But if I want to get the more update, because this is way back to April, it's an old data. Okay, we'll go back like this, criteria. We do it again.
It's gathering the data right now. Hi, Jenny. Come on, let's do it. What's triple net cost budget one? Beside the base rent, $2.20 per square feet.
See, now you got more lately. Okay. So what you're looking at,
You got 6 active. Well,
more seller now, put it this way.
did you notice that in our area, more
People want to sell their home.
because they think it's a peak now. So that's why. But we also, expired listings about the same.
You got pending, sold, and cancellation as well. Let's take a look. Okay, the subject property a little bit less than 2,400 square footage. If I choose, okay, this one has been closed. Last time when I see on my report, they still active or pending. Now it's already closed, $1.228 million. So to this one. So this one I can all put it as a comparable. Like this. Pending, okay. This one almost identical.
But since on this type of a house, you gotta have to be, you don't want to bring too high of expectation to the seller. Why? You look at this one. Looks like this. Boy, they sell at an excellent price. Then we better see it. What's different? Lot size, one thing, and
depending on do I want to choose it or not? Okay. Well, not many photos though. I guess okay, fully remodeled. If I list on my listing what you just saw, that one totally original since day one.
Then easily,
how much is going to cost? $100,000 to $150,000. Yeah, it's not gonna, people doesn't like to do the remodeling anymore because it costs a lot of time.
They are not like me. I love to see the, remodeling processing. It's just like, it's like, wow, okay, before and after.
I see that. I like that.
But I mean, especially when you do the remodeling, you can see a lot of new material, new thing, they can all install it on their property.
Okay.
Kitchen looks great. It's not really latest
style. Why I'm saying that? It's still wooden color.
What's the latest style? White.
Right? See the kitchen? White.
Yeah. It's like cool color. Even so, the granite color is, So those are probably
10 years ago style.
Looks nice, but it's not the totally latest style.
So, but how you can explain to the client? You gotta have to go see the model home on a brand new house, though you be able to tell
what's the latest trend, for the kitchen remodeling, or go to the bookstore like I do, read a magazine, kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling. You can see all kinds of faucet, all kinds of kitchen material. Because those magazines, why I just read it over there? Because it's expensive.
I'm cheap.
So I read it over there at the Barnes & Noble in Chino Hills. Enjoy it.
Grab a coffee.
Love to. So do, some of the garden remodeling or house remodeling. It just, self-education. And after you read it, I say, okay, at least I didn't waste my time today. So, I mean, if you have, even during the weekday or weekend, I would love to stop by at the bookstore. Yeah. Sometimes I even read the whole book without buying it. Okay, then I put it back. But I do, like on my iPad, I do, actually for the Chinese books, actually I download it. So I read it through my iPad, magazine, or because it's hard to find. So at least I, do the online. Sometimes audiobook. While you're driving, I can listen on the podcast or audiobook. Yeah. So that's pretty nice. So at least I didn't really wasting my time driving, especially traffic hour. Instead of you fight for the traffic and you get angry with the traffic, why don't you do something you feel great for yourself? I didn't waste my time. Excellent time for listening on the audiobook or podcast while you sit on the freeway traffic. It's okay. So I would not lose my joy, okay, because of a traffic hour. A lot of people get angry. Say, oh, well, I'm wasting my time on traffic. I don't. I do enjoy it because that's my time. So I guess, this one, lot size is bigger and timing is great because when you look at April, they basically updated in April. So they listing date is in January. So that's, pretty much they still, take some time to sell it, before they get pending, about like what, almost 2 months. So probably went into the escrow for 1.5 months. This one, okay, see that? It's about the same, bigger than that. How come it sell it cheaper? It depends. Let's see on the photos. Looks nice to me, but what happened? No backyard. The yard actually is see that? That's a fence already. So that's why mainly what you see is a slope. Even 11,700 square footage. Well, I think the equipment looks even better. Oh, conventional, okay, commercial grading. Yeah, but see the style, look at it. This is from day one. Refrigerator looks like a GE monogram, basic one. Yeah. The color definitely Caucasian color. Yeah, they make a nice shelf, everything. But if you look at it, see, the backyard is so shallow. Basically it's a slope. So that is the flat area is actually very, very small. So you can kind of compare, decide what comparable listing. So if I were, want to list the price lower, don't show that one. Because that will be affecting your average, right? But you don't want to kill the deal either. So you kind of look at it, okay, if I don't show that one, rest of them still doable because, this 28, you sell 1.3. Yeah, okay, fine. But this 24, they still sell it for 1.3. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. So I rather using maybe like 1.06, 21 square footage, not a 27, 1.17. Okay. That looks fine. And this one, doable. This one, great. 27, 1.17. Okay. This one, even better. Now I had a 28,000. It's not I try to lowball, but I mean, this one, if you think too low, fine, you remove it. But I do not suggest you put on an expired listing. What you could tell them and say, look, that's how much they put on the market, what I end up with, no sale.
It's gonna hurt you. This one, I don't know why no sale. That's a good price. 3,000, 1.2. But eventually, I remove all the expired listing. This one pending, well, because that's going to be on La Puente. So that one is on the Snow Creek area. So this is nice too. No, this is not La Puente. This is La Puente Street, La Puente Road in Walnut. It's not city. Look at it. La Puente Road in Walnut. That's on the east side of a Snow Creek.
So you gotta have to know. Yeah.
But the west side of a Snow Creek area costs more and bigger house and more expensive. Wow. So many active, isn't it? Yeah. So I gotta have to look at it, see how, this is too big, oh, this is okay. Yeah. Yeah, too big. And this one is too big. Okay. So this two is, yeah, decent, comparable. That's how much they want to, oh, this is too big, 3,000, because mine is even less. I try to keep it somewhere in between like 10%, within 10% range. So like if you got about like this, is almost 2,500 square footage, you try not to go over 28 and not less than, probably 2,200 square footage. So I may just remove that, the other one at 19, because that's going to be hurting the average as well. Like this one, probably the lowest I would go for the size wise. This one, too small, especially 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Yeah, this one too small to compare. Okay, so at this point, you still got a good, solid, comparable
on a listing. Then you can see that what's the average, what's the medium, what's the low, what's the high. Yeah. Yeah, you can, at least you try to get a listing. Then you basically say, oh, by the way, see what the medium or maybe the average, and your house need about $100,000 to $150,000 remodeling since everything's original, and maybe we compare the view without a view. So well, certainly, the first of all you ask seller before you show them this, how much you want? How much you want to sell it? I don't know. You're the professional. Yeah, I'm the professional. I know how much you want to sell that to make it happen. Because I like to know your price is because then I can determine if your price is doable to selling or sitting on the market. That's why I want to ask, what do you think on the price? Because I believe you see neighbors. How much their neighbor is selling it? Because you certainly when there's a market, but you don't know, are they sold or is it expired? All you know is how much they ask for. It could be expired listing, what you see. It could be a sold listing, or maybe just went into the escrow. So I really like to know how much. So see if we are on the same page, on the same expectation. Just like Mike Ferry say, you want to do it, show on the market for a long time, or you want to sell it. And we come here help you to sell the house, not show the house. So that's why I see we are on the same page. If we are too far off, I say your house is worth probably 1.1 million, give and take. Okay, like this one or maybe less. And you want how much? 1.5 million? Okay, I do appreciate you. Give me the opportunity. That's the time you walk away. You say, okay, I'll put it on the listing for 1.5 million and see if anybody. Come on, you see anybody sell it for that at 1.5 million or even? Okay, say, but that house. But sometimes they may say, but the one of a house of my neighbor sold at 1.3 million. Great. You want to see the photos on that? You bring the computer or laptop. You want to see what's the inside for the the condition, and how big is the lot size?
So we can compare side by side. Then see if it really worth that much. Okay. And what do you think how much you gotta remodel the house like the way you see in the photo? You ask them. Now it's not gonna be cost 10,000 or 20,000. No, easily. The house like this, 2,500 square footage, easily 100,000 to just do the whole thing. Kitchen, probably $10,000 already, and plus appliances. It's not gonna be cheap. Okay, and bathroom, 5,000 more or less, each one of them. Then are you gonna, do out the yard, or did you ever replace your windows? Because all the windows, if you replace it, yeah, $7,000 to $8,000. And how about your window covering? Okay, and how about paint? It's inside, outside. Did you ever replace a garage door to sectional? Yeah, it's your air conditioning system. Still, it's new or not, or it's original? Ooh. Yeah. So actually you start listing everything, then it help them to realize it. Why don't you do the remodeling? You enjoy yourself for a couple of years, then we put on the market to sell at a great price. They say, but I mean, those are, when it adds up, it's probably only $60,000, $70,000. Why I should sell less than $10,000? I mean, $100,000. Because, did you ever thought about labor? The buyer, if they want to do a remodeling, how long they cannot live in the property? They bought it. Did they pay mortgage? Did they pay property tax? Then why don't you do it earlier? Then I can help you sell more. Not only you do not lose the money, I can help you to sell more money. But I don't have the money remodeling. That's it. Because you don't have the money to remodel it. That's the fact. That's the truth. You wanted to answer their own question. I said, well, since you don't have the money, then what do? We certainly cannot sell them the same price like your neighbors, since you don't have the money to remodel. Now what do? Lower the price. Yeah. But usually I create the opening question to let them answer for them. So instead they ask me a question, I ask them back. 就像球踢过来，我再丢回去一样。Yeah. Then the seller cannot deny their own answer, right? You say so. Yeah. Then. So those are, probably if that's what you're looking at on a comparable. Okay, what do? Customize a report. So we'll keep the A property. That's decent. Okay, we jump to this page. That's for the customize. You can customize anything, what you like. Those are the page what I keep it. What I think, is useful for me. But certainly you can add it more. If you want to get a title page with a map, I like to get a title page with a satellite view. So that's what you compare. See, whatever I bring in here, it's already there. Otherwise, you can bring it, on this. You click plus, they will jump here, the screen. Setup section, summary on a comparable property. Okay. If you like to get that summary for the comparable property, that's fine. Okay. Or this one, cover letter, you can surely edit. This is a template already. But you can add it, whatever you want. I didn't really touch anything. So basically those are the generic ones. Yeah. Well, certainly the seller think, you put a lot of effort. That's great. But we got a template. Okay, agent resume. If you want to do anything on an agent resume, okay, fine. You can put it over there. But usually I just put the companies, the name, everything on that. So at least, what you can see. Our company. Yeah. So those are generic ones. They can all suitable for any company. All right. But if you like to say, I want to add a like summary of comparable property, okay, those are the summary for the comparable property as an intro. Okay, pending listing, everything. Those are the summary. If you like to add that, great. Okay, now we already added. You know, this what's the summary. Then if you liked it, add it and click here. Okay, they will add it right here. Comparable summary. And if you don't really have much to write about it, let's delete the agent resume. It's okay. I don't really need that resume. Because usually when you see the seller, they already know you. Or if they don't know you, you are doing the presentation, listing presentation, you need to perform. Right? Those are, we gotta learn how to perform. Then this is what's a CMA. Those are generic. They tell you what's a comparable market analysis. That's a CMA stand for. But I mean, the CMA can be vary between MLS, how accurate the CMA. Definitely, they're not going to tell you it's going to be accurate. If it's everything accurate, why you need a listing agent for? They can put on for sale by owner, right? A lot of a few of the owner, they think they are so smart. They can stick the sign, on the front yard and sell the house by themselves. They say, okay, just like, do you want to sell your own used car? Not me. I'm coming out from the auto industry. I could. Put it this way. You ask a seller, do you worth your time to doing that? Because, and besides, did you know about much on the real estate law? It used to be the auto industry. It doesn't really have much law besides the lemon law. Consumer lemon law. If the car is no good, if you repair for 3 times, it's still not, still broke down on a brand new car, then the manufacturer may have to buy back, during the warranty period. But when it's still, put it this way, even when you buy back, you buy back on the used car price, whatever the years you drive. So who's still losing it? Consumer, actually. You think you make, no, because you still grab that money, you have to buy another car. They will buy back whatever the market price on the year. And same thing, when we're selling a house, we're not selling a brand new house, we're selling what? Second-hand house. So that's why you think and say, well, that's why you need a professional. To me, it's about the same. Used car sales and the realtor, well, we all selling the second-hand, right? It's not brand new house. So that's what you're looking at, for the CMA report. And here, certainly, when they contact me, what's the contact? You gotta have to upload all your information. They don't have a Acrobat reader? Amazing. No wonder it cannot pop up, because that's, with the photos, everything. Yeah. That's a page you see it, on the company map, everything, on that. We'll come back on that. Map on all the listing. So that's what we choose for mapping on all the listing. The purple one is a subject property. And rest of them, you can see what's the green one? Active. Yellow one, pending. Red one, sold. That's on the bottom. See that? So that's more like a map with all the listing, summary, everything. Oh, no wonder they, never mind. Close the program in use. Fine, we close the program when you use. Retry. Ah, what the heck? Install. And you also have a summary of the comparable. Those are, we just add on it. Does it know much? Publishing the product information. Oh boy. A little slow copying the file. Document is not responding. Why? Recover. Recover the web page. Oh no. Check in solution. Okay. So if we can see that, and if you see the detail, those are for the comparable. Oh boy, it's so slow. Accept. Okay. And where's the photo? Okay, those are detail. So, but when you see that everything, you know, and those are the adjustment if you have it. Okay, and that's what you're looking at. If the from here for the setup section, for the summary of a comparable. This one, they didn't really add it on. Okay, summary of a comparable. Now we add it. And here's, you know, listing selection. If you like to put the first dozen of one page or just the first 2 photos, usually if we print it out, we only probably the first 2 photos. Because if you want to print it out for everything, you know, on the first dozen, it probably got so many pages and sometimes more photos, all the rest. You could though. I mean, when you email it to the your client, yes, you can kind of change it for all photos, or at least you can take a look. When they go over the PDF file, you can do that. But if you know, just say, print it out. If you want to print it out to the seller, some of a seller, they just don't know how to use a computer, fine. Then you print it out for them a hard copy. If you really want to do it, you know, the photos, first dozen or even more photo. Okay, those are you filled it out. Those are the listing section. Then analysis section, suggest listing price, I won't do it. It's just because I would not let the computer do the suggestion. It's not going to be accurate. You think you want to sell for 1.3? No. Because the computer doesn't know the condition. Computer doesn't know the location and how big is the flat area. All they know is, okay, based on the title report on your square footage living area, maybe you know what the lot size. But sometimes they see that the lot size with all the slope, computer doesn't know they didn't know how to calculate the algorithm because it doesn't tell you how many square footage on the flat area. Okay, so that's why this one I will not use it. They do have it as a suggest of a listing price. Because if you give this, you have a hard time to sign a listing. Oh, I want 1.3 because computer tell me it's worth 1.3, not 1.1, as you say. Oh, you just kill yourself. Yeah. So be smart. But most of a buyer, they will probably say, but Zillow telling me how much? The Zestimate. They will always say, the Zestimate. Okay, fine. Well, we'll show you the Zestimate.
All right? Yeah.
So if you know the Zestimate. So those are, you can see it, you know, the photo, more photo, if any adjustment. No, I don't have any adjustment. So basically, I probably will, you know, remove on this, if they remove on this page. So I remove it, the adjustment. Then also, seller net sheet. Why I don't using the seller net sheet? Because I rather have escrow do it more accurately instead of we do the calculation right here. So that's, you know, I would not using the seller's net sheet. You can see what's a seller's net sheet. Because you're locking your commission. Well, you got more than that. Yeah, the taxes probably won't cost that much because, you know, for the transferring tax. Yeah. They figure 6% commission. That's good. Termite inspection. Termite inspection is free. Home inspection, $350. That's a little bit low. Home warranty is about it, right? But I rather have the escrow to figure out the whole thing. Because what's the title insurance doesn't show, right? Because that's a big, you know, amount of money. And the recording fee, the transferring tax, those are, you know, it doesn't cost that much. It might scare the seller away. Sure. Just give it an address. They will ask how much you want me to put it. Okay, tell them asking selling price or asking price, whatever the price may be. Okay, and then what's your commission? They will ask. Then they can do rest of the estimate. Termite, they can do the estimate. They can do, you know, what, because they figure out, you know, on the commission, you already tell them. Rest of them can be estimated easily because title insurance, they go by the asking price, the bracket. So those are pretty, and the county transferring tax or city transferring tax, those are, you know, calculated by the price. So they all have a software program. They do it everything more accurate. So I rather have the escrow doing that instead of doing on my net sheet. But it just tell you, you know, they do have a feature of that. Closing section, you get a marketing action plan. Well, if you like it, go ahead, take a look. I probably won't do anything on the marketing action plan. I don't know why it's blank. Okay, I guess you fill it out yourself. Oh. So I have no marketing action plan. Yeah. Commission distribution. Okay, that's it telling you how's the commission go. Listing broker, buyer's agent, listing agent, buyer's broker. I didn't really print it out on this one because I figured most of the sellers already know where's our money go anyway. But if you doesn't really have much to show, yeah, you can put it in here. You know, just show one more pages. That's it. And why you need a real estate professional? Okay. You can add another page here. Okay. Why you need a professional? Okay, those are, you think, those are in general, but unfortunately, it didn't really tell you, you know, it's your experience, your training, nothing really. Those are pretty general. You can only, those are if you want a marketing for the for sale by owner, you can probably include this page. You want to give it the pamphlet to the for sale by owner, those seller, you can include why you need a professional. Because sometimes, why the for sale by owner, they want to sell the house by themselves? Because they don't trust us. Yeah, they think we earn the money, do nothing. Huh? Well, do you want to take your own risk? Sure. And if the for sale by owner, can you using any agent's form? Not really. No. Just like, you know, we cannot let our landlord or, you know, the using our blank rental form. Why? Because on the bottom, we still have our name on each form.
Whose liability is that? You are. If somebody really want to after you and do the lawsuit, you're so vulnerable. I didn't know anything. They just, you know, I just given a copy of form. But this is your form, right? But you tell me you don't know what they filled it out? No. Then why you let them borrow your form? So that's why, you know, I think, you know, last office meeting, we do have that issue. No more. We don't give out our zip form to anybody now. Well, yeah, you can write out, but you know better. Yeah, you can just tell them, why don't you download through Google?
Because Google, actually, they have a blank form without any, those are generic, without anything on the bottom. Somebody, I think, probably uploaded.
I rather don't do it because what happened is like, you know, if somebody, they say, oh, my agent gave it to me, even you, I know you write it out. You email it to me, right? Email it to them, right? They can track through your email. Who's the agent? Damn. You really want to give it to them? Give it to them a blank copy, hand over to them. So leave no track. Okay? Leave it no track.
And intelligent pricing and timing. Those are just, you know,
kinds of telling you, you know, those are back then I did include it, but now not anymore. Those are, you know, if the market price, you got about 60%
of a buyer.
Below, well, certainly you can draw
more attention. Just like what you see on the one on the roast meat, they asking price is cheaper than the market. Draw everybody's attention. And how many percent of that, what you just look at it? At least 10% to 15%.
So they draw everybody's attention. But if you do the over asking price, well, you will lose, you know, some buyer. Yes or no? Because when it's on the upswing market, depending on the price or the smaller property, if you're even asking like 10% over asking, people may still buying it. It's because it's nothing out there. So it's a supply and demand. And when we determine the market value, some people determine on the sold price, but the sold property is history already. And what do we do every day? Creating a new history, right? Doesn't matter the price going down, going up, we still creating new history. So actually appraisal report coming out, the sold price, those are history. So our job is different than appraiser because appraiser look back on the history. We look forward on the future. Just like stock market, they reflect half year later. So do our job. What do we see on the next half year? You better tell the seller or you better tell the buyer. Okay, what's the future? Well, how you can predict? You gotta have a theory. You gotta have a story to tell the buyer or tell the seller. If you tell the seller and say, hey, look, you know, the mortgage rate keep on going up, what do you think? Price going up or going down? I think if usually on the past history, when the mortgage rate going up, the price should be going down. Okay, now how much should we list it? You just answer it. But when the buyers, what do you say? A mortgage rate keep on going up, the price should be going down. Technically, yes, on the history. But did you ever see the price going down now? Did you see it? Did you see your neighbors or any in the area you're going down? Well, they keep on going up. Why? Not just the mortgage rate going up, price going up. How about stock market going up? So what's the, you tell me on the 6 months future, the price is going. And you just said, you tell the buyer. Well, what do you see your hand? You tell me. Buyer, well, I'm conscious. Up. Oh, that's it. I didn't say it. You say it. So that's why, you know, basically what you see, you know, on the future.
You know, when the investor, when it, you know, look at it, they look at the worldwide, you know, information as well. Just like, you know, I tell you for the, you know, China and American trading war, what's the stock market? If you really do the analysis, since on June, China's stock market, they plunged 20%. That's a lot. But how about American? They're actually still kinds of going up, but if you look at average, 1%. So what's what the stock market investor, what they think about the future? They still think, okay, because if you look at the items for how the taxation item, okay, custom tax, the one on the China want to tax the U.S., that's not really the big market. Even, you know, those products, if China doesn't want it, U.S. they can sell it to other country as well. Yeah, but when those China, they want to ship everything to U.S. here, or, you know, basically, you know, those are okay. It will definitely affecting the exporting, because a lot of them, I mean, it could be steel. Yeah. So if the steel go up, so actually they were holding, you know, for the, actually protecting on the United States steel factory. So that's why they will not let the go out of job, because used to be when, you know, on the country, otherwise, you know, because if you look at history, actually for the trading war, just look at back then, 30 years ago, Japan, between US and Japan. That's how the Japan, same thing. Yeah. See, the issue is, if you look at it, who in the history, who presidents, most of the country, they are politicians. But our president right now, he's not a politician. He's a businessman. All he knows is money, money, money. So that's why it's really an equal fight. As the if you talk about trading, you're fighting with a businessman. Politician fighting with a businessman, you know. That's it. If politician, and that could equal fight. But if you look at it, people will say, oh, is it? Well, both are, you know, big country. Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the president, what's their background? One is businessman, one is politician. Yeah, it's not really equal fight. So those are, you create those question, you know, you can ask the, and if you do it a moving checklist, yeah, you can probably, you know, adding that, if you tell the seller, you know, what's a moving checklist, kinds of reminding them, you know. And especially during the, this is, you know, quite important here. It's just reminding you, if you could, you know, once you sign a listing, ask for the referral, sold to the buyer. If you can, you know, showing the property and also doing the process. If you join on the Brian Buffini's training, they will tell you, don't ask a referral when it's close of escrow. Ask a referral on the beginning of a process. Because that's the time they love you the most. Because you don't know, during the escrow may have some, you know, unhappy situation, okay? They may hate you a little bit, okay? So don't ask a referral. It's not like don't ask a referral at the end, but I would say start it as a referral in the beginning of process. Doesn't matter selling or listing, okay, or buying, okay? So those are as a referral. And also, if you have somebody, you know, give it a referral, you reward them by the action, not by their results. So what's the difference? Action is they give it a referral, but they don't know it's going to be closed or not. Is their client is going to be, you know, buying a house from you, or maybe list a house, you know, house from you or not. But you want to, if you want to give something, a thank you to the maybe as simple as Starbucks coffee, you know, card, or anything, you know, gift card. They are not really, you know, looking for, okay, $10, $20 or something, but they were actually looking for your action. you thank them. So that's why I thank the referral client by their action, not their result. Result, I mean, wait until close of escrow. Then I'll give you $500, you know, thank you card or something. I'd rather give them, you know, $25 to begin with. So you reward them. So every time you refer, I'll give you. Every time you refer, I'll give you a card. Something like that. Instead of, oh, okay, well, wait until the result, I'll give you $500. Actually, eventually still costs the same. But I mean, if you reward by the action, do you still want to give them $500? No. I think, you know, I know how to do the calculation, right? If I every time I give you $20 or instead of I do the, you know, $500, boy, I can get 25 referral from you. And I say, okay, maybe 10 could be, you know, get a transaction. The other 15, maybe not. Is it cheaper that you just give it a one, you know, for $500, for example? Yeah. So I'd rather give it, yeah, in the beginning. 成功率啊，这是一半吧。The successful rate at least 50%. Actually, you know, I didn't really give. I should. I have to tell you, I should give it something, but eventually they didn't really looking for it. But I mean, they still give it a referral. But I mean, what I actually given a service is like caring. I call them, care about whatever they have. That's what they really want. You know, you give it, you know, for not just doing a transaction, everything, what they really care. You just don't abandon your client. Even I know I probably abandoned some of a long lost client, haven't been in contact for, you know, a long time. You better call them back if you have a chance. You know, that's something I may have to do it. You know, some of a client, a confession. The bottom line is you're looking for more business. That's it. Feature to sell. Those are just, you know, for buyers today, you know, must have feature, something like that. Because those are, you can, they will probably find those, you know, stuff, you know, through Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, they will tell them, you know, a lot. Guidance selection. That's, you know, what something I didn't really add it on, but if you look at here, not just a comparable sold property analysis, okay? So those are, you know, what you're looking at. Yeah. See? This one is selling so fast. 7 days. Rest of them, it take longer time. So you know, it's like, you know, when it's a pricing right and the seller willing to work with the buyer, see how much the discount they get, 5%. They probably get the most discount and they sell it faster. It is though. But rest of them, yeah, they're holding. It's not that you cannot sell it. They are holding it. But what I end up with, taking longer time to sell it. I mean, you want to say, okay, you are, what are you expecting? What kinds of nationality or the culture you plan to sell? Chinese? Okay. But can you work an American way? The set price. Did you go to the department store asking for discount? Did you go to Costco ask for discount? No. Then, can we using the same strategy like in Costco? They lower the price or get the discount price to begin with, then set the price. You know what's the marketing strategy for the Costco? 18% over on their cost for across the board all the items. 18% profit only. Yeah. If they cannot keep the 18%, they rather don't sell that item. So that's why sometimes you see those, sometimes you don't. Why? Because they cannot really negotiate with the manufacturer, then or distributor, then they will not. They rather don't sell the items. So if they cannot keep 18%, if their costs going up, and they think on the market for rest of it, because they can compare like Walmart, Target, so what's the pricing, and if the Costco costs more than those two other retailer, then they may not get the sale. They rather don't sell the items. They find something to replace that. So that's a sold property. And here's an online valuation. That's what we talk about, the Zestimate. Here we go. That's a Zestimate. How accurate is that Zestimate? Not really. Some is called more, some is less. It doesn't matter pending or less. But I mean, a lot of people, what you're looking at is asking more than the lately, more greedy. I'm active listing. It's more than the Zestimate. What I end up with? Less. Sold price. See that? It's end up less. Because that's a market. Higher dollars, because there's over $1 million, it's not that strong anymore. So that's why what I end up with, it's going to be more discount compared to Zestimate. So don't think the Zestimate is accurate. You be prepared. You tell the seller, what happened? You be prepared for less. This one is because, probably, the bigger size, less everything. Well, they sell it more. But the other, 4, they all 3 to 4% less than Zestimate. So that's actually you're telling the sellers, they be prepared. It's gonna, the Zillow is not going to be that accurate. So you prepare, that's how's the market telling you. Even the one on the pending, yeah. Active, they're greedy. Get into reality, starting getting less. Yeah. So those are, you add it on the online estimate. Okay, that's, they will actually grab the listing from the Zillow. Our home value compared to your home, you basically the online validation, you tell them the why is different, compared the home value. You can tell them that, yeah. So that's for the online validation. What's the difference between the reality? And how the CMA can be varied, because the CMA just because doing a comparable, some of the property condition is more desirable, or you're just finding the right buyer. So sometimes it's all about timing. The timing is so important. If the timing is not right, you got nothing. When the timing is right, not only you can sell the higher price, and you sell it quick, and you become hero. You think it's all your job? Not really. Sometimes timing, your luck. But we all need some luck on this job, tell you the truth. So you're gonna have to keep it a positive energy, so you can attract a positive buyer, positive seller. If you hang out with those negative energy people, oh boy, believe me, you'll get so negative, and your surrounding is so negative. And what I end up with out of this career. That's how the negative, energy, it'll kill you. Yeah. So that's why you gotta have to keep on a good mood, stop to bring the negative energy at home. 吸收日月精华嘛，对不对？ And the CMA versus appraisal, because appraisal, you look at the value, they look at the sold value. But it's sometimes the market value, home value, it can be vary. Everything is because you know, it's a market. If go upswing, then you can actually the market value is higher than appraisal value. So sometimes as a buyer's agent, you tell them and say, we're creating the history every day, so you probably will be short. You tell them to begin with, so they will be expecting, so they will not come back and renegotiate and cause you more trouble. Well, unless it's like too far away. If like 10%, okay, maybe you try to renegotiate it. Too far off. Yeah. But if you only 1 to 2%, that's about normal. Yeah. You know, from the market value. Especially over $1 million house, pretty sure, I think they can all appraise that. Is because they are not really strong market. But if anything under $500,000, they usually, the sold price is higher than the appraisal value. So it depends on the area and also the price range on the property. First impression are lasting. So if you could tell the seller what's the curb appeal, what it looks like in your front yard, what it looks like, you know, on your house. If, like, for example, if the house is like, you know, everything is original, at least what you can do is maybe clean the carpet, hire a professional maid, clean it up, everything, and put on your unusable stuff or your, I cannot say, you don't tell them it's junk. To you, maybe it's junk, but to sellers, they're you know, precious value. Yeah. Put your personal stuff as much as you can into a storage room or garage. You use a garage as a storage room. Then you rather park the car outside instead of a garage or something. You make it a garage as a storage room if it's possible. So at least you keep the inside nice and neat. Yeah. So that's, you know, and so from walkway, driveway, landscaping, exterior, entry. So that's a first impression again. And if you see, you know, open the door, you see full of junk. You know what? Buyer, they just, I guess they're not ready to sell. They may just walk away. Are you going to see the second floor now? It happened, right? It's so, you know, so much damage, you know, on that. So I say, hey, well, why don't you skip this one? Because when you look at outside, you can imagine what happened inside the house. Yeah. So same thing, keep the landscaping pretty. That's a curve appeal. And if like, you know, any showing for the open house checklist, you know, you can give it to them. But those are some of, you know, I did a really, you know, the added, if you the guidance, the section selling your home in a tough market. Those are just, you know, some of, you know, price has to be right and make your home, you know, pristine. Negotiating with the buyer, well, you really need to educate the seller. They figure you are the professional. And if it's not a short sale, I hate to deal with any short sale. So that's why, you know, no more. Client testimonial, if you do have it, you know, you can add it and copy and paste right here. Short sale foreclosure explanation, don't want to start. The value of your home, possibly. How do we determine your value? Location, size, number of the bedroom and the bath, feature and finish, condition, curb appeal. Okay, curb appeal also. Condition, curb appeal, that's also, you know, determined on the pricing. How much you can sell for your house, either slightly above market or you have to do it, you know, below market. Okay. So those are, you know, if you think everything's okay now, those are, you know, if a cost CMA, if like, you know, that's for Tom Ferry. Okay. If you want to add those stuff, because they all, you know, advertisement with them, then you can publish the report. So they will generate a PDF file. You can email it or you can print it.
You ever work with the buyer that wants to do a 3% down payment? They have that, you know, that kind of mortgage that allows them to do a 3% down payment. Would you ever work with the buyer like that?
Yes, but depend on the area. depending on the area. If you talk about Riverside,
yeah, possible.
Roland Heights, What did you ever see anybody put a 3% down buying a house in Roland Heights, Hacienda area? I don't think so. But Riverside, yeah.
So it's like the cold market. You could do that.
Yeah. So that's why it's not, am I helping the buyer? It's like depending on where they're looking at. Yeah. Because you put it this way, seller, they're not stupid either. Supply and demand. And when the supply is low, why should I choose a 3% FHA loan buyer? I'd rather have somebody, you know, even 10% conventional loan, and depend on their job. The people, they just probably get off the medical school. Oh, they're 10% worth a lot. Why? It's because they, you know, they can get financing. And why doctor only got 10%? Because they gotta pay tons of a student loan. So they don't really save much. And besides, they just opening the clinics, or they're just starting their job, work in a hospital. So you're expecting, okay, nice position. So it really depends on, I cannot say discriminating, but kind of. What kinds of job you have, yeah. So that's a difference. So that's what we see here. If we see view, so that's a whole, all the pages. So you can email it or you can print it out. Okay. So what you see is like, why there's 47 pages? Because I'm adding all the photos. But when you actually print it out, I rather eliminate, you know, some of them. Just the first 2 pages of photos. So those are the subject property. All right. And usually I would actually adding their title report. Like, you know, you print it out a real list and put it on the first, like a second page, second or third page. Then, so they can look at it, their title as well. That's what I usually did. Not just the CMA report. So you tell them what's a CMA, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Here's your own, you know, information. You contact me, company information. Okay. Those are, you know, what I use for the comparable right here for the summary. So you can look at it, you know, on the bottom, a status, everything. Summary of comparable property. So we give it, you know, for the an overview. Okay, give it an overview of when is that property sold. All right. You got a square footage, lot size, you know, all clearly stated here. Then property detail. So then you will see at every house. Okay, those are first couple photo. Then rest of a photo. Da, 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 da. Okay, here same thing. Second house. Well, still first house. Still first house. How many photos we can upload it now? 75 on MLS. So actually, you know, when I email it to them, fine, I'll give you all the photos, since it, you know, it didn't really cost me to print it on the laser printer. But that's how that happened. See, that's all the photos. Second house. Da, 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 da. But I mean, you can see that, you know, how many times, you know, they on the market, 109. When it's sold day, then you can calculate backward. When are they, you know, put on the market? Definitely, you know. At the end of December, this house is actually, they like to take the photo at nighttime, I guess, or sunset time, or early in the morning, dawn. It's not really bright. So that's, you know, all the photos on second house. So we'll pass that. So we'll go on the back. Okay, right here. So those are analysis, what you're looking at. What's the lowest price, average, highest, and what's the average price per square footage? Now you come out with a statistic. And pending listing, we only got one, so it doesn't really, you know, come out with too accurate, right, on this price. Active, you only got 2 houses. But mainly you tell them and say, doesn't matter what price you're asking, but what I end up with. That's probably about average, yeah, for the sold. They got 5, yeah, more accurate. And that is, you know, for how many days on the market, $1 per square footage, you know, on the one
on the market, sold price. And that's, you know, you compare to what we look at it, you know, for the online, and we go provided by Zillow. And same thing, online home value on your home, that's what we just see. So those are everything what you have here for the completed, showing the open house checklist, estimating, keep, you know, for that, keep it nice. So especially
that 5 minutes clean up for showing, that's like every day. If you tell the owner, keep, you know, put the pets in the, you know, daycare center.
You know, you don't want to, I know lots of them, they rather, you know, keep it inside the house. I know.
Or sleep cage, or take them, you know, with you.
Otherwise, you know, it's hard to show.
And if
you could, turn on all the lights when you leave. Or turn on the lights when it's a darker area. Okay? So when people show, when they come in, the first impression, because buyer's agent is not so smart. Did you turn on all the light when you show the property? I do. Do you? You turn on. Because not all the buyer's agent remember that. Like, oh, okay, you just go and take a look at, you look at everything as, you know, kind of dark, you know, shadowed, everything. So the first impression doesn't really look good. So, I know you probably cannot walk that fast, but I mean, that's why sometimes rely on the listing agent to educate the seller. Turn on all the lights. Or turn on some of the lights, you know, especially hallway, sometimes dining room, because those are the center of the house, it's going to be darker. When you're going to show the property, go and turn on. I know you maybe waste some of the energy, but you're selling the house, making an exception, okay? And give the buyers privacy. What's it telling you? When the buyer showing you a house, you seller's home, what's a typical Asian? Talk, 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 talk. The true story, I can tell you that. The typical Asian seller, they would like to talk, especially they would like to talk about a school district. Wow, this house, wow, this is a nice school, what a school district, if we talk about this. Nice school, what a school district. How many kids you have? And you know what, the buyer just walk away. And the seller just so shocked. I say, what happened? The buyer's agent say, they just lost their kid. Well, you just opened the wrong can. Why? That's why we educate a seller. When the buyers come in, where do you go? Front yard, backyard. Disappear. Don't talk. They have eyes. They can see. You don't have to mention if they have any question. They will go to the backyard to ask you. Keep your mouth shut. Or you can tell them and say, if anything you think, you know, about the pricing, negotiating, you educate, listing agent need to educate the seller. You talk to my agent. Because sometimes you don't know how to respond, and you might respond badly and just kill the deal. They love the house. They don't care about the school district. They have money. And because you ask that, kill the deal. Sometimes sellers say, what did I do wrong? I just asked them how many kids. They just lost their only kids. And that's a true story. When somebody tell me on that, on the past experience. Yeah. Okay, so it's nothing wrong with seller asks, yeah, but why you guys so nosy? Especially Asian seller, they're so nosy. They're following the buyer around. They see, oh, I can tell you this. I know they try to help to bring up the value of the house, but that's wrong. Okay, so that's why you, as a listing agent, you need to educate the seller. And you know what? Typical Caucasian. Oh, we're in the backyard, or we're in the front yard. After you're done, or sometimes they, oh, I'll just take a walk. After you're done, just, you know, close the door. They don't even want to talk to you. Because sometimes when you badmouth about their precious property, they don't want to hear it. Right? Yeah. Because sometimes, you know, buyer, their mouth didn't close. And some of buyers, they just got kicked out from the seller. If you don't like my house, why you come here for? Get out. And that's a true story too. Yeah. Because that's why, sometimes the seller, when they talk too much, just like, put it this way. That's how my experience lately, when I show the property, what seller telling me? Because we got, ask some of a question, wife is really helpful to answering all the questions. And you know what husband say? You're not even buying it. Why you ask so many questions? What's my impression of my buyer? You're not serious want to sell. Right? And what do I talk to the listing agent? I think you need to educate your seller. You might ruin the deal. Because your seller did not keep the mouth shut. I mean, we ask a question, you answer. But don't volunteer, say anything. Okay? Yeah, so, okay. So that may happen. So that's, any question on the CMA report? It's not that hard to generate it, put everything together. And it could be very impressive if you put it right, to the seller. It's a nice, don't, at least you didn't empty-handed, to see the seller. So at least I bring something. Or you email it to them, so I have them review it. Sometimes even, you can even review the listing agreement. Just like, my fairy say, before you arrive, hey, here's the paperwork all signed. Great! Actually, did they experience on that before? Yes, I did. Oh, James, you can just email me the listing, agreement, and we'll just, DocuSign everything. I don't even, but at least I take a photo. Sure, we'll sign it, we'll set up the time, after I clean it up, then you come in and take a photo. But at least you need to sign the listing. Yeah, just email it to me so we can do the DocuSign. The price, whatever you think, it's fair. Great! It happens. I like that. And you know what? That listing, I even double-ended, 6%. I had that. I still remember. Great deal. Yeah. And I'm suddenly become hero because I'm selling a $10,000 more than asking. And I get double-ended, 6%. Wow. Nice. Yeah. And you know what? Buyer even give me the red envelope after that. That's even better. Who makes the most money? I do. Yeah. Okay. We'll stop here. I think, so many phone calls. 1 to 2 p.m. today. Yeah. Let me notify the seller right now, comma, please stand by, period. Thank you, period.
Would you say that those sellers that put their house on the market for a long time won't necessarily give a better discount to the buyer than the sellers that have just put their house on the market? Because, the sellers that put their house on the market for a long time maybe are not open.
Yes. Especially, when some people, they marketing for the expired listing, sometimes may be tougher than the regular listing. Why? Because they already have a bad experience on expired. So it depends on how you approach a seller. Those sellers, they definitely want to sell, most likely. But they have a bad experience with the previous agent. What's the first thing you ask for the expired listing? Seller. What do you expecting from me if I'm your listing agent? Because I don't want to make a same mistake like previous agent. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. What are you expecting from me if I'm your agent? And you can actually ask a seller or even asking buyer. Sometimes they may have they keep on going, just like I deal with the buyer and they switch this 7 or 8 different agents already. And suddenly I become a hero. And I only show them one property. That's it. Past whole years. They switch 7 or 8 different agents. And what I end up with? Nothing. So that's why you ask them, what are you expecting from if I'm your agent? Yeah. Simple as that. Because they was spit it out. Okay. Make sure you don't make that mistake. Sometimes you think that's usual, that's normal, but it's not comfortable with the seller. So a good agent, actually, you listen on what your clients need. Keep your mouth shut. Yeah. I know when we get nervous, we have a tendency to keep on talking. That's a typical sales consultant. We don't know if the seller starts, they keep it quiet, then you feel like that environment is like freeze. You want to break the ice. But you be careful how you break the ice. You may break the wrong part of the ice. So when sellers not talking, then you pretty much you gotta maybe ask an opening question or something and say, what you think about this and that, instead of you keep on talking and on the market, blah 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 blah. They're not gonna listen. Because did you ever listen what their need? Why they are not talking because they figure you're not listening. Why they talk? That's a sign. The warning sign you have to, notice. Because some of a seller, they are not a talker. Just like I have a seller. Wife say, the conversation I talk for one day is more than her husband talking 1 month. Wow. Okay, because I'm the sales. And husband's chef. Chef didn't really talk. He's there in the kitchen. Yeah. But if you want to talk, I say, well, let me know what you think. You need to listen. Make them talk, not you do the talking. Okay, be careful on that when you talk to the seller, because that's a lot of the most mistake on a listing agent they make. Because I don't know, am I going to get a listing? So I keep on talking. No, the more you talk, you just ruin the whole thing. Okay, then we'll finish CMA, then next Tuesday we will come back, starting with the listing strategy and so the buyer strategy. Then we'll finish up the session probably by the end of July. So we got probably, and certainly Mike Berry that week, we're not here, so we'll talk, over there in Vegas. Huh? Okay, yeah. We all arrived, we are going, we all go, Okay. All right, I'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you.
哎，老师，我有一个问题。
哎，是。
他其实原来是卖2000的 agent。
是。
他其实现在的证没过期，但只是不在任何公司挂着。他让我们给买房子，你说他为什么不自己买？
因为他
现在只要挂回哪个公司就行了呀，他还不用付 commission。
你这样说是对，可是为什么今天来讲，为什么有别的公司的那个 listing agent？ 我会问他，找我帮他卖房子，为什么 ？Still pay me 6%。
房子的可能他第一可能觉得你更有经验，然后。
那买房子也是啊，他可能是对自己没有信心啊。
没有，他现在老在指挥我。
老在指挥你，那你说，那你，喂，好，拜拜。那老在指挥你，那你觉得？做得成做不成嘛？做不成的话，就不用浪费太多时间在他身上了。
他下的单子都是很杀价，而且都是找那种放了一两年那种房子，刚刚降了价的，然后他又给杀10%，弄得别人都不理我们。然后，但是那个我就很奇怪，像他的在天看了一下，他给我的那个号其实差不多时间，他都没有过期。
对。
而且他原来他就在我们公司。 啊，他为什么他现在都不自己做？然后
那有些人就是已经这个半退休嘛，这么说吧。
他小孩啊。
有些来讲的话，有些情况，因为他们有时候对自己来讲的话，还是没有那个 full confidence。而且如果他把找的话，他又没有 E&O insurance cover。那你就说，那你直接问他嘛，你为什么没有想说你自己去找？为什么要我帮你找？对不对？你直接问他 ，nothing wrong with it。
老师啊，
是。
刚才我们那个就对方 seller 已经接受了 offer 了嘛
？OK。
然后我们白瑞想问一下，你上次不是推荐那个 inspection company 是叫 Sandal？
哦 ，Sandal。
对，是 Sandal。
等一下，我再分享。Hello， 哎 Kelly。Hello。Hello。Hello。Hello。Hello。Hello。啊，不小心压到，没关系，哎，请说。
就是说那家公司是不是也做那 termite inspection？
termite 他也有做，可是不是因为 termite 他来讲的不是很好。termite 最主要来讲的话呢，他们来讲的话呢，因为我通常是习惯是每一样东西我都习惯是这样。termite 的话我都用 Coleman termite。Coleman Coleman termite。因为他们在这个 field 至少30年。Sandal 他们也有做，以前他们是没有，可是最近这5、6年他们也有做，就是这样子。
OK。那一般性除了就是主要的 home inspection 和 termite， 还有其他的比较需要的吗？做的？
你那 depend 看 property。
哦
，depend 看 property 的需要，大概至少这2样。
对。
可是 termite 来讲的话 ，usually 是那个 seller 会 provide 不是吗？
哦，那家不。
OK， 好，那你就请他们过去看，就是做的 inspection。对，如果你不找他们做的话，当然人家会收 inspection fee， 就是这样子。OK， 对啊，反正你看就可以请他们过去，然后那尽量我不希望找那种就是免费的来讲的话，
我那个白人他说他听说有很多免费的，就是 termite inspection。
呀，免费的来讲，
但是我会
你觉得免费的东西不是免费的东西好吗？免费的东西会给你 warranty 吗？什么都叫免费？我说，请问你出去吃饭，你有吃免费的午餐吗 ？No free lunch 嘛，不是吗？
免费的有时候会有些后面意想不到的费用。
对呀，你觉得买房子有免费吗 ？No。你觉得 escrow 会给你收免费吗 ？No。那为什么 inspection 要免费呢 ？Right， 对不对？现在甚至连 plumber 出去他都不一定给你免费估价嘞，对不对？那何况你叫人家这个 termite 出去，叫人家免费，对不对？对啊。所以 no free lunch， 免费的东西不一定好，不敢用。
哎，你那个价格你是压了多少还是？
他们就是他在修印的时候，那个 seller 是在嘛，然后是个华人，然后他们谈的蛮好的，就是
这就是问题出来了，你做的就是问题了。我现在就是我的那个 seller 就是其中有一个，就是中间谈好，对不对？好了，其中一个来讲的话呢，也就是爸爸谈好，房子不是爸爸的，谈好有什么用？小孩子来讲的话，我顶卖，我不卖这个价钱哦 ，kill it。所以我跟你讲，就是要闭上嘴。你这个来讲的话，其实搞不好可以卖更高 ，seller 自己谈好了，对不对？是吧 ？listing agent 就对啊，
对，
是对你有好处啦。
对，我知道。
对你有好处啦。那 listing 是很笨的。
对
，seller 很笨的。
就砍了5000，砍了大概 listing price 5000嘛。
那5000来讲，我说5000块我根本连砍都不用砍。你说砍5万也就算了，你又砍5000，我根本不会让你砍。as a listing price， 我说你砍干嘛？5000块砍了干嘛？
他反正谈成了，他就无所谓啊，他反正成了。
他认为成了，对不对？这就是很笨的 seller。可能人家可以卖 over ask， 如果站在 listing 的角度说，你尽量讲你不，就是为什么你知道？这就是华人的败笔，他不尊重专业，他以为他这样很厉害，对不对？那如果这种情况来讲的话呢，就是一开始 listing agent 没有 educate 好 seller。人家在如果 buyer 任何进来的话，尤其是那种 keep your mouth shut， 绝对不给你谈价钱。再生， 那个。
对，您今天讲的这个是也对，有的时候你知道人多少有点紧张的时候就爱说话。
对。
所以我觉得是有这个事情，以后真的是要注意，
对，
你不能老是好像话题不断。
对呀、
是这个问题。
是啊。对呀、那这样的话，其实当然人家是你站在拜尔立场，我当然想去挖你嘛。
对。
对呀、对。可是这个来讲的话，就是 listing agent 没有 educate 好，对，他们叫 seller， 对呀、就是这样。
OK， 谢谢老师。
哎，不会。